May profits be upon you. Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. We're going to be looking at the indices, the equity markets, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and then the DOW. All right. Now, let's look at the monthly. All right. You can see we've closed the month of November, and in the S&P, I'm looking at the S&P futures. All right. All right. And the S&P, you can see that we closed very strong. All right, well above the previous candle's high. All right, which indicates that there may be some more bullishness to come. We've traded through and closed beyond that high, so I expect to, at the very least, to take the high of this candle with the next candle. All right, I suspect that'll happen pretty early. All right. Outside of that, on the monthly, you can just see that the S&P has been very strong at all-time highs. Excuse me. And if we go to the weekly, I have these yellow lines to show you where the order blocks start, right? You have this down candle, and then you have it overcome by the bullish candles, right? And I usually have that right exactly there where the fat of the candle is. The body meets the wick, and push it across. You can see it never ever goes below that. And then you see again down close candles being overcome by a bullish one that trades through. I like to see the expansion, the displacement, there's a better word, through the high of that down close candle. You see it here again, very strong close above the swing highs. All right. And then when price comes back to it to test that breakout area, that breakout or the area of value, this is an area of value. All right. And price reacted and pushed higher. All right. And took out the previous high 3 weeks earlier. Now, this is the way that last week closed. Very bullish, high above the previous weekly candle. It gapped open, all right, and closed high, all right. And these are the things that we look at. If price comes back down to here, I suspect that it will react to the opening volume imbalance here. This is a volume imbalance, okay. And like I said earlier, I believe that when the candle does open, it will take out the high. So we can put that the previous weekly high as the first liquidity target. All right. If we go to the daily, all right, let's see if we can get this looking like something. All right. If we go to the daily, you can see how price respected those order blocks coming up. Boom, boom, never going below, and then pushing through, strong drive through the swing high. All right, that's what you want to see. Now we have another situation: down closed candles, but we have price grinding up, grinding up. There's no impulsive move up, and it did not leave bullish fair value gaps along the way. That gives me a little pause, but it did give you this volume imbalance. Right now, price did come back by to sting into that, all right, and try to close that gap, right, that volume imbalance to rebalance it. And it did close higher than Friday's candle did close higher above the high than uh, uh, Wednesday's candle. All right, this is Friday's candle. All right, of course we skipped Thursday for Thanksgiving. All right, so I am looking for price to take out that high when it does open. Will it stay up there? I don't know. I think that we may see a situation where, if I can find it, we may see a situation where price comes back into this volume imbalance before going higher. All right. Now, price could come back for this low, the swing low. All right. This is a fractal low here. And it may want to do something like this. You might see a wick coming down that far and then back up. Remember, in my previous analysis, I dropped this video earlier today on the US dollar, uh, that I believe that we may see some short-term strength in the US dollar before it starts to pull back, and for a longer, a more drawn out pullback, retracement. During that time of that short-term strength, you may see the equities pull back. All right. And I'm thinking it's either going to be here or here, but I think there should be a pullback and then a continuation higher to new all-time highs. Okay. Now, if we go to where are we going? We're going to NASDAQ, and NASDAQ is a little different. It was weaker. It was weaker, and it has been weaker than than the S&P for a while. Yes, we did break out that old high from November of 2021, and we did reach all-time highs. Yes, we did. All of that's good. You see how price overcame the down closed candles, driving through. All right, down closed candle drives through. All right, that's nice. All right, but when we got here, things start to get a little chippity chip. All right, and you see this fractal low, right? You see that fractal low there, and then price rebounds. It takes out that swing low, takes out the swing low, and then pulls up further. You see how the month ended very strong, strong close beyond the high of the previous candle, of the previous monthly candle. All right, and just enough height to take out the swing high to establish an all-time high. That happened on Friday, right? If I'm not mistaken, with NQ. Let's look at the weekly. All right, on the weekly, no, it didn't happen on Friday. Doggone it, I got it wrong. Uh, that happened a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, this is a weekly chart, and you can see the down close candles being overcome, price driving through, but it wasn't certainly a strong displacement. You know, it was not a strong displacement, but price did hold, did not go beyond that low. That high. All right, and you can see price pull back into this uh, down close candle being overcome by this bullish candle being engulfed. All right, the price did not go beyond that low. Pushed up, and we may see price open and take out that high. So I'm going to put that as a draw on liquidity for next week and beyond. But I like the fact that it gapped open here. Price did come back to test this bearish base of this bearish bullish uh, uh, you know candlestick configuration here, and we did not go deeper into this order block. And I like to see order blocks that have displacement through the swing high, and that's what I want to see happening here. All right, but we are at all-time highs. If we go to the daily, what do we see? Price chopped its way up. It chopped its way up. Yes, it did pull back after forming this area of value. It came back into that area of value and chopped its way up. Are we going to continue chopping our way up? I don't think so. I don't. It's kind of hard to say. But NASDAQ is a little weaker than ES, and uh, this candle, Friday's candle, did not close higher than Thursday's candle, unlike the other two indices. So this one could be going for that low here. All right, it could be going for that low, and if it gets down here, it's likely to take out these two lows because this is low resistance liquidity, and it could go on a low resistance liquidity run. All right, but I like this to the upside. I like it to pull back, and what I envision, you know, is something to that effect. All right, where price pulls back beyond that low and then continues higher. And I'll be looking for fair value gaps in this bullish leg of structure. That's what I'll be looking for. All right. But if I'm going to take a long, I'll take it in ES before I take it in NASDAQ. All right. If I take a short, I will be taking it in NASDAQ before I take it in ES, which is stronger. All right. Now, if we go to the if we go to Dow and we go to the monthly, you can see how strong the Dow was. Very strong. Look at that candle. Way above the previous high. Yes, I anticipate the next candle to take out the high of the previous month, which is November, right? If I go to the weekly, all right, you can see the area of value here. I have that line again to designate what the order block is. You see the drive through, the swing high, price pulled back into it, all right, and found support there because there's a doggone uh, bullish fair value gap there for one thing, and it's an area of value. Price came back into that area of value and pushed higher. All right. And you can see it gapped open and then continued higher. This was a great week last week for the Dow. And for the last couple of weeks, it's been the better indice to trade, in my opinion. The price action has been very clean. Look at it on the daily, and you can see what I mean. All right. As price makes these higher highs and higher lows, you can see from here to here, price just stayed consistent. Higher highs and higher lows. Yeah, it came back it pulled back, took out that swing low, and then continued higher. Came back into the bullish fair value gap here, all right, and then continued higher. Each time swinging past the highs, these highs, these highs, these highs, just trading through those highs. This one took a little while, pushed up, a swing failure, came all the way down, swept those lows for sell side liquidity, and then continued its merry way on up, all right, making all time highs each time, right? And you can see the area of value being dipped into and price pushing through and displacing above the swing high. There goes that gap again. All right. And what did the Dow do? It tried to sting into that gap, did not make it. Price pushed higher, and we had this candle on Friday taking out the previous high, but closing within the range of the candle. That would indicate to me a pullback is coming. All right. The next candle will probably uh, take out the low. Wow, what was that? All right. The sell side liquidity from last week. All right. This isn't the weekly low though. Where is the weekly low, right, y'all? All right. And the weekly low will take us back into this, the previous weekly low will take us back into this volume imbalance here. And I'm telling you, keep your eye on that volume imbalance. Sometimes it doesn't do anything, it has no effect. Most times it acts as a good speed bump where price can um, uh, react to. And like the first few times that price touches it, lead, could lead to price moving higher, just like that. And inside of these bullish legs, I'm looking for bullish fair value gaps to tell me the story, to indicate that price wants to go higher. I'm looking for that intentionality. All right. I'm looking for some intention by price. Now, do not skip the fact that we have a bullish fair value gap overlapping this volume imbalance. All right. So if price comes back here, I'm pretty confident that we will have support for price to go higher. I hope you enjoyed this uh, this analysis for the indices. All right. Next week is going to be an interesting week. I will not be trading Thursday and Friday. I would suggest that you hold off until after the news. Up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those will be great days to trade, I think. But with NFP Friday coming and Thursday preparing, the market moves in a way where it kind of prepares for the big move coming from that news drop on Friday. Hey, I'm just suggesting it. You can do whatever you want, all right? But I would suggest that you hold off and let the dust settle and trade after the big news. All right. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, good times to trade. I hope you enjoy yourself and trade carefully next week, and may profits be upon you. Do not forget to hit that like button. I would be very upset if you don't hit that like button. Come on. I'm putting out work here. Help me out. Help the channel to grow, will you? All right. Thank you very much.